Alright, welcome back to Nintendo Boys. We're playing Battle Chasers Night War for the NES.
What's up, Joe?
Hello, Ed.
Joe. Speaking of watching GameSack,
Yeah, what about GameSack?
Joe and Dave on GameSack.
Yeah?
Do you watch their skits?
I do. I mainly just watch their skits. I don't really watch all the episodes. Sometimes I do if they have some games that I'm particularly interested, or if it's a particularly interesting topic that they want to be talking about on their particular episode. If I could use the word particular more times in a sentence,
Yeah?
I'd well give myself an award.
So we're doing this in post.
Yeah, we're doing it in post, but we're not going to explain why.
We've already explained it twice.
Yeah.
No, only once, I lied.
Okay, cool.
So I'll leave it to you to guess or surmise.
We're also going to be doing something special and cryptic later on in this episode.
You gave it away. No, you didn't give it away.
I didn't give anything away. That's why I said it was cryptic.
It is cryptic.
You understand?
It is. Well,
You understand me?
You're being a little cryptic, Joe.
Ed and I are having a falling out once
We are.
again.
I think this is the last episode.
It'll be the last episode, yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Vegas.
See, I'm a big fan of GS. I don't know about you. I'm
You're-
also a big fan of Battle Chasers Night Wars.
A big fan of your own channel.
Yeah. And GS, I mean GameSack, actually.
Oh!
Not Games.
I see. I see.
Oh, I hope we don't get in trouble with those fellas.
I hope we do, because I love them. I would like to get into a fight with them, you know?
Yeah. Not just an internet battle, like a physical
Like a street fight, like
brawl,
a fist fight.
like you might have played a game called River City Ransom once before. It would kind of look like that. Ed and I look just like the characters from River City Ransom.
We do.
We're about 3 heads tall.
In fact, that character Garrison there on the screen was modeled after Joe. So they look very similar.
Yeah, those forearms. You basically just took my forearms off of my body and didn't give them back.
That's right. Joe has no arms. So we're between dungeons now, right? We're going to continue the story.
We are.
Get our next plan of action, so to speak. Do a little bit of shopping. A little
Plan
bit of
is to
shopping.
check out the town. Yeah, we'll explain some of the mechanics once we get there. How that shop works, how the shopping works, and how going to stores works. That's 3 ways to say the same thing. Ed just spit his coffee out.
How going to stores works. You go to them. That's how it works.
Well, you follow a robot. He takes you to the store, followed by a little girl and a man with a sword. The man with the sword holds the money. Oh, we gotta skip ahead to after this part. And I'll explain more about stores.
Is it familiar?
Yes, sir. From the Iron Outpost. Not the military mark. I can't make heads or tails of it. But Quo might. He's a strange one, to be sure. Most likely to know of anyone, that said.
He hasn't had much interest in speaking with us thus far.
May as be. But now you've got something interesting to discuss.
Yes, we do.
What could go wrong?
What do you need?
Alright, so that wasn't particularly pleasant. He's not a very pleasant fella, but that's not reflective of how stores work in the real world. You have to understand this. If you go to a store, they're generally pretty friendly, unlike this fella that we're about to encounter here. So, here we go.
Something interesting? Why, hello. Have you brought me something interesting?
While at the Iron Outpost, we witnessed bandits pulling a sword from a pile of armor. That pile of armor then promptly came to life and tried to kill us.
Ah, yes. Quite fascinating what an artifact can do, especially to other artifacts.
What do you mean, other artifacts?
That was no ordinary set of armor you battled. It was an ancient artifact, once worn by a lieutenant, cursed with power by Varus himself.
Who is Varus?
Just your run-of-the-mill archmage turned crazed Imperial, infused with the power of a blood demon, long since dead, or at least disappeared.
Run that by us again?
I'm no historian. Learn more on your own, if you must.
Forget it. The bandits, they may know where our lost friends are. And if they have an artifact, where can we find them?
If they found your friends, they'd be in Junktown.
Where is it?
To the east. Straight east, nearly. Only, there's a small problem.
Other than our friends who are missing? And my patience wearing thin?
A bandit cannon blocks the lone road going east. You'll never get past. If you try, I'll be sure to swing by and collect what's left of you afterwards.
I'm really not very good at controlling my temper.
Now, there is another way. If you can get the blink station working again.
A teleporter of some kind?
Yes, it can teleport you deep into the Rushlands. A dry and rough place. Nasty. Through it, you can approach the cannon from the south and flank the cannon. Once it is disabled, you can access Junktown freely.
The blink station. How do we fix it?
Down the east road, just north of the cannon emplacement is Banog Cave. Inside is a mana core. Grimbeard has sworn he can repair the blink station if someone were crazy enough to fetch it. You definitely look crazy. Go get it, bring it to him. Maybe he'll be bold enough to fix it for you and blink you down to the Rushlands.
Okay,
This conversation is no longer interesting. However, your interest in alchemy is.
Our what?
Alchemy? Why else would you have gone to the Iron Outpost but to gather all those wonderful alchemy ingredients?
Our lost friends?
My alchemy table is yours to experiment with. Just clean up any messes, of which there will certainly be many. Goodbye.
So yeah, I hit that button right after he done talking, but it's 4 minutes.
Interesting.
4 minutes of dialogue.
Ooh.
It's a lot of dialogue.
He's got a lot to say.
This guy, this bird.
This Birdman.
Yeah, his arms are skinnier than mine.
He's more bird-like than you. By a
Yeah,
fair amount.
I'm jealous. I like birds, particularly raven, chicken. I like chickens.
So what can we do with this guy? The curio shop is for flafting crafts. That's right. Yes, that's right. For crafting flasks.
So,
Which we
by
can't-
default, we
yeah.
can craft minor healing flasks, and you'll see me craft a minor cleansing flask here, thinking that it's a minor mana potion. I wanted a mana potion, but they're both a bluish color, and I wasn't reading, because I generally don't read. I actually mostly just look at pictures, even in games where there's a lot of reading required. When we were playing Hand of Fate 2, which we just played as a Wild Game Appears episode,
Yeah, that's anathema to you, isn't it?
I'll be honest, I wasn't reading most of the dialogue at all.
I figured. I mean, I'm kind of skipping over it too, a little bit, but you pride yourself on how much you don't read.
I don't necessarily pride myself on it, but I do point it out.
Oh.
It's definitely true.
Well, do you point it out with pride?
No. Shame.
You shamefully point it out to everyone
the
else.
opposite of pride.
Everyone around you.
So I made a bunch of these minor healing flasks, God knows why.
Oh yeah, they're really crappy in this game. So healing flasks are bad in this game.
They're not particularly good. In the beginning of the game, they can sort of help you along, but for the most part, just bring Calibretto in every party and you'll be fine. Because he's the only character that can heal between battles.
Oh.
You'll be alright. You can also heal in battle. Just do it when there's a weak enemy and there's only one of them left. You can kind of cheese it.
Or if you're really stressed out about this whole healing thing, just watch us play instead. Don't even play the game. That works too.
We're supposed to be promoting this.
Well, we
Airship
did.
Syndicate paid us a ton of dough.
We already did promote them once.
JK, that didn't happen.
No.
But they did provide us with a copy. But we already mentioned that, so I'm not going to mention it again.
Is Airship Syndicate, is that
Oh,
a
we gotta-
develop?
We'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
More talk. Greetings, warriors.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't Airship Syndicate? It sounds like, based on this game, like there's an airship at the beginning of the game. Is that a dev studio meant just for this game, like to start with?
Yeah, I think they
this
formed
game?
it for
Yeah.
this game,
I wouldn't be surprised.
and hopefully they will make another one. I think they probably will. I think
hope
this one
so.
did well enough. The Kickstarter did really well, and I think it sold decently. And it didn't sell like a AAA title, but it's a much smaller team than most AAA titles. So
Till the next.
hopefully they made a decent enough profit that it's worth it for them to do another one.
Or at the very least, some sort of expansion or something. I mean, not to spoil the game or anything.
And it did well.
Yeah.
There's no voice acting here,
Oh, there is no voice acting.
so we'll keep talking. Yeah, he's just giving us a side quest here. There's a bunch of side quests in this game where you have to go under the inn and
There's two.
defeat vermin. Yeah, a bunch. By a bunch I meant two. Yeah.
Vermin. This is the most original quest in all of RPGs.
You have to clear out these spiders, which we're actually going to attempt to do at the end of this episode. We're going to record some more after this and do it not in post. What do you call that?
In present. You do it live. That's
So
what it's
we're
called.
choosing our party members here.
We're gonna get rid of.
We cut Garrison and
yeah.
brought Nolan with us. We only wanted to bring one carry with us. We didn't want to have one character have to carry two, especially this early in the game when all of our characters aren't well equipped to carry anybody. So we went with Gully because she can tank and prevent the new character from dying, and Calibretto because he can heal and he has pretty good utility, but mainly for his heals. And we picked Nolan.
I kind of wish the characters that you weren't playing as leveled up.
I very much wish that as well. Like
Yeah.
at least got like half experience, which I'm pretty sure is how Final Fantasy VII works, if I remember right. I haven't played that in a
I
long time,
think
but I think
so.
that's how it worked.
Yeah.
So you could swap between characters pretty frequently, and I felt like you had more freedom to choose between your characters in that and like Super Mario RPG. A lot of games the characters level up either like at half speed or they level up even at full, even to full experience, even when they're not in the party.
What about Mario RPG? Was that half experience?
It might be full.
I can't remember, man.
I can't
You
either.
think?
I can't remember. If you guys remember, leave it in the comments. Do it, please.
Do it. We have no way of looking this up.
So you get these really cool. Instead of just staying at the inn and the screen goes black and then it comes back out, you get these neat cutscenes whenever you rest in this game, which I really appreciated because I like the characters, and they actually reference some things from the comic, which might kind of turn off some people who just played the game. But it's kind of neat for the Battle Chasers geek like me.
You know, Joe, I have to say that I am actually a big fan of this system. I like having cutscenes when I go to sleep. I tend to call them dreams. I had that one so ready to go. So slimes, green slimes.
Yeah, this game has many slimes. It has a slime for every color that you can imagine, and then they actually invented some new colors so that they could have more slimes later on in the game.
And we'll be pointing those out when we get to them.
Yep, there's a mana slime, which is a color.
Mana is a color.
Yeah, there's a blood slime.
That's right.
That one's red. That one's just red.
Right.
There's no clever color for that one. So we unfortunately don't really get to see Nolan do a whole lot here because we're just leveling him up.
He's also a frightfully old man, so we can't do much with him anyway. He's an old man,
He has pretty good magic spells though.
but he is feeble-minded.
He is one of the squishiest characters in the game, possibly the squishiest.
Yeah, who would be
I think he
squishier
is the
than him?
squishiest. He is
Yeah.
the squishiest character. Oh yeah, you were telling me that he kept getting one hit KO'd by
Yes.
the last boss. I managed to equip him in a way so that that wasn't happening. I actually beat the game with him in my party.
Yeah, but
used my first time through the game. I used Gully, Garrison, and Alumon, and the second time I switched off a lot between characters, and I finished the game using Nolan, Monica, and Calibretto, the opposite party.
the opposite party. I didn't put that much time into it. I kept one party almost the entire game. Because I don't want to grind. I
Yeah.
don't want to grind. I don't want to grind.
It's not so much of a grind the second time through on New Game Plus because the enemies give so much extra experience, and if you do the legendary or mythical difficulties in each dungeon, you get extra experience, and you also have a beast perk from the first time through if you defeat 100 enemies in Strongmont, which is one of the later dungeons. It's not that hard to get that beast perk, really. You get 10% extra experience. So that really helps for the New Game Plus playthrough, which is part of the reason why we decided to do a New Game Plus playthrough. I think it's just more interesting overall, and also...
Yeah. It would be a lot slower paced if it was just regular NG.
Yeah, it's
way too slow.
It's going to be more interesting for you guys and us as we play it.
Can you imagine watching like a Final Fantasy Tactics Let's Play? That would be so slow.
Yeah, they're out there, man.
Yeah. I mean, the game is great, but oh my god.
So we're in this cave. What are we looking for in this one? We just did this.
We are looking for the Blink Station materials.
That's right. We need a material to repair the Blink Station. And we can't use that yet. That altar comes into play later on in this title. Battle Chasers Night War.
Now available for the PlayStation 2. Are you required to touch that thing again, or when you come back here, is that like an optional thing, or?
Yeah, I think you come back here later on, and there's some secret here. I forget what it is, but
because I don't think I did that.
If you remember that it's here, you do get something. I'm pretty sure I did come back here, but I can't remember what the prize was for it.
I would say material for one of the character's ultimate weapons.
So we wind up getting an item here.
We got
this treasure chest.
Oh yeah, we got some weapons.
Wandering around.
Some weapons and some armors. It's a Rock Crusher's fists.
Yeah, I think we skipped the boxing gloves in this playthrough somehow. We didn't wind up with any boxing gloves. That's the first thing that outclasses Armus's legacy, which is
the most powerful
weapon in the universe, is a pair of boxing gloves. But yeah, it looks like we skipped over those. So we got the Rock Fist Crushers, or whatever it was called. We got a nice little upgrade for Calibretto here. And nothing for Nolan because he's only level 1. He's too weak to even equip a ring.
His hands are too frail and feeble. He is an old man.
But he does have the best burst in the game. He gets to take 3 turns in a row, which you might be at home saying, 3 turns, that's not that many. But then you consider he has very powerful magic attacks that normally cast at a very slow speed. But if you use that burst ability, you can do any of his magic abilities, and you can do them 3 times in a row if you want.
Yeah, he can single-handedly win a battle for you. And frequently has, actually. It is by far the best burst in the game.
Yeah, I think it's easily the most versatile, because you can heal and attack, or you can put on debuffs and buffs. You can do whatever. You can pretty much tailor it to do exactly what you need it to do at that moment.
I like to use it and then attempt to run 3 times for combat. That's not true. That would be ridiculous. You ever try to run in this game? Try to flee combat?
A lot, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I get screwed over in battles sometimes, and I have to skedaddle.
Oh, you know what? That's because you're playing on a console, though, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I'm about to lose, I just Alt F. I just Alt F4. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
It's because I was afraid of the game over penalty, which it turns out is like you lose a small pittance of gold.
Well, actually...
But in the beginning of the game, that's a lot, right?
Well, if you die in a dungeon, it's a big penalty. The penalty is that the dungeon resets. I'm not joking.
Well, yeah, but that's in like the harder difficulty, though, right?
Yeah, well, on Legendary and Mythical, which is actually
right.
probably what we're going to be playing most of this game in order to keep our characters leveling at a good speed, and in order to get some much better items, and to give ourselves a challenge. That's a good list of reasons.
Isn't that terrible, though, man? Can you imagine these dungeons are like an hour and a half long? Can you imagine getting to the final boss and then wiping on the final boss of the dungeon?
Yeah, I can imagine it.
You've done it, haven't you?
I've gotten close to final bosses in dungeons, and like, I've had it happen to me like twice, playing on like a mythical difficulty.
You know what you should do? You should just turn off the PS4 next time that happens.
I should, but I don't play Battle Chasers anymore because I played it for 100 fucking hours, and I beat it twice. Yeah.
100 hours?
Yeah, and after I beat the game on New Game Plus, I went back in and did the Endless Arena because I wanted to try it out, and that takes, oh my god, it takes a long time.
What's the Endless Arena?
Well, if you beat all 5 arena challenges, it unlocks Endless Arena, and it sends wave after wave of enemies starting at level 30.
No.
Yeah. They're endless. I got to the level 35 enemies. I feel like I could have done better though.
Holy crap. The levels in this game mean a lot. So level 35 is ridiculously powerful.
Yeah, they were pretty damn powerful. They could one-shot some of my guys. I brought Calibretto, Monica, and Garrison.
I have a good idea. We should turn on Cheat Engine and see how far we can get. Give ourselves a max HP and see how many levels there are. Because it can't truly be endless. Come on. Right?
It probably is.
No.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right, actually. It can't be endless.
Because at like level 50, they know nobody's going to make it that far. What are they going to do? I don't know, maybe it does scale infinitely, but...
And we don't talk about cheat engines or ROMs or emulation on this channel. All that stuff's illegal, guys. Please don't attempt it.
Please don't. We'll be implicated. Oh, it was right around this point where I started talking about Cheat Engine to help us grind.
Yeah?
Because Joe spent 100 hours playing the game twice, so what we are going to do is... Well, we're not going to do this, actually, but what we could do is turn on Cheat Engine to double the speed of the game while we grind out character levels.
We could do that between episodes. So if you see that some of our characters are at a higher level between episodes, you're going to know why. It's because we grinded them up without using any kind of cheat engines. Got him down to 4 hit points there, and then that was a lot of extra damage. He was given a lot of damage there.
He sure was. Given a lot of damage.
And everybody got a level up. Nolan actually got 3 level ups there. Incredible.
He's still a feeble old man.
He's still pretty feeble.
Mana elemental.
Something on this island is stirring up trouble. Forget the blacksmith. Let's try dropping the mana core into the blink station ourselves. The less we need the townsfolk, the better.
An interesting thought. I agree. The station was in the southeast corner of town, near the lake.
Let's go.
BLVNK KV8X5 Y566M.
So yeah, we just got the mana core, the item that we needed to repair the blink station, which is the teleportation system in this game. So luckily you get that pretty early in the game, and every time you discover a new area that you can... a new area.
A new area.
In the overworld. I don't know how else you would say it. You can teleport directly to it.
You call them a zoney zone, that's what you call them. A cal zone. So what now? What are we doing? Oh, okay. So we're putting in the blink station, now we can teleport. Is that what you just said?
I did say that, yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
So we're going to the Rushlands.
Rushlimbaugh.
This is kind of the... What would you say? This is the fall area of the game. I don't know.
The autumn area?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it is. I guess you're right.
Everything's kind of dead here.
I didn't think about that actually. You're right.
Yeah, there's a lot of areas in this game that are kind of murky. Oh, does she talk here?
No,
she doesn't. That's
not
odd.
voiced.
This is the first time that you meet this character, and she is not voiced. Most of the characters, it's the first time you see them, they're voiced. But we will hear her later on in town.
And she offers enchanting services, which are not that useful, and you won't really be doing that often.
Well, you might if you like to min-max.
There's not much min-maxing to do in this game, though.
You don't necessarily, you definitely don't need to. I kind of wish that there was a way to make the game even more difficult.
Yeah, I do too, actually. I kind of wish there was more to do towards the end.
Yeah, at the end of the game, you get really powerful, and the most, like we were talking about before, is the Endless Arena. That's probably the only place you can really test your characters at max level. Like, the final dungeon and the last boss are not particularly difficult if you have level 30 characters, and particularly if they're level 30 and also have the ultimate weapons.
Yeah,
I got most of the ultimate weapons. I did not get gullies because it's you have to get a certain event. I think it might be a random event in the first dungeon, and I just didn't get it. But I think we actually got it on our playthrough here, and we made the right decisions.
We did.
So we may be getting Gully's ultimate. Or not ultimate, her ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
Not ultimate, burst. Oh yeah, boulder toss. We showed one of the other bursts here. This is a pretty frequently used one, mainly for the stun. It stuns all the enemies, which buys you a ton of time. But in this case, it just killed them.
Bats, spiders, and slimes. I hope that if they make a sequel, they choose slightly more varied enemies.
Yeah, just something a little bit different. I mean, pretty much everything's been done, but it's just, they're all here. Bats, slimes, spiders.
That's all of them.
Everything you could dream of.
You can make a Babby's first action platformer with those 3 enemies alone and put it on Steam for 99 cents or something.
That may have been done.
I don't have any animosity.
No, nor do I. About a game called Crazy Scientist.
You named it. You said it out loud.
That's not the actual game that we were talking. But that is an example of a terrible game.
I discussed it in the Discord once with some other dudes. Speaking of Discord, check out our Discord.
Yeah, the link is probably in the description below. I don't know.
What are you talking about?
It usually is. So
Usually,
it's there.
It's always. It has
Always
to be
there. And
it's
so is a link to our Patreon and
as well as a link to our game.
yeah, we made a game called
Our game is
Infernal
called Crazy.
Racket. No, it's not called that.
No.
We would not put our names on a title like that.
Yeah, I would never.
Steam is slimed, and that is all I'm going to say about it.
What did you say? Steam is slime?
Slimed, yeah.
Slimed.
So that's all I'm going to say
Like
about it.
Nickelodeon slimed.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about Rumble support.
Oh, yeah.
In the Discord, actually, and someone was talking about how it would be really difficult to play a PC game with Rumble support if there was a rumble in the mouse.
What? Somebody said that?
If you're trying to aim with a mouse and it starts rumbling, there's going to be trouble.
Think of all the malicious things you could do with that.
Yeah.
You could pull pranks on
You're
people.
trying to aim. You're playing a first-person shooter, and
Yeah.
you're getting shot, and you can't aim because your mouse just keeps rumbling.
That sounds great, actually.
Yeah, it sounds like a product that would sell lots.
That sounds fantastic.
Another product that might sell a lot would be Diamond Water. You ever heard of this one?
Diamond water?
Yeah, I saw it. I was at the Ross, the king of high-quality products. Actually, it's the king of rejected products, but
I love Ross.
I do. I shop there. I actually go there every time I go by to look for sneakers. They almost never have anything, but once in a while they have some nice sneakers there.
I like their shirts. Because they're not cheapo shirts.
So yeah, I was at the Ross though, and they had a reject product called Diamond Water, and it came in a plastic bottle with a twisty cap on it in the shape of a diamond. And I read the bottle, and I never felt dumber.
All right,
It's
tell me.
water infused with the power of diamonds.
The power of diamonds. What does that mean?
Well, they soak the water in diamonds. Or I guess diamonds soak in the water, but diamonds can't really soak, and
That can't be real.
it was real. It was a real product. That was what the advertisement was, and that's why it wound up at Ross. If you've never been to Ross, or maybe you live in another country and you don't know what it is, it's mostly a clothing store where overstock items and items that nobody bought go to be purchased by poor people.
But it's good stuff, mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
It's like actual brand name clothing.
Yeah, that's where I do most of my clothes shopping. I'm not going to deny that I don't shop like a poor person at the very least. And I generally am a poor person.
Oh yeah, but I mean, we both have that. I don't know. I like to be thrifty. I like to shop at Ross when I can because I don't go outside. Who cares what I'm dressed as, I have to look up Diamond Water now.
Yeah, it's a real product, man.
I almost don't believe it. Infused with the power of diamonds. It is!
Yeah,
Luxury.
there it is. Luxury high pH
pH
alkaline. That's it. That's the bottle right there.
Holy crap.
Purified bottled water. Benefits. Click on benefits. We got to know the benefits of this product.
The benefits. The benefits
The
are...
benefits are you click on it. It says available nationwide. That's the benefit. That's one of the benefits is that it's available nationwide.
Drinking alkaline water helps the body to maintain a healthy pH level, which is something that the body will automatically do. So you don't need to drink diamond alkaline water. Oh, this is terrible. So it explains how acid forms in the body from coffee, alcohol, and soda. But fails to mention that an acid-base pH balance is automatically fixed by your body because of chemistry. But if you're buying diamond water, you probably don't know about chemistry. Alkaline to the rescue. So it's high alkaline water, high alkalinity water. That's great. Well, how much is it though? What did you buy?
How much did I pay for
Yeah,
it?
how much? Because I know you bought it.
Yeah.
I know you bought it.
And actually, I bought a scratching post for my cat.
$36 for a 12-pack. of tap water.
It was. I think it was. I don't remember. I don't remember what the price was actually. I didn't look at it. It was probably too much though.
It was just one bottle?
Yeah.
It was probably... Wow. Yeah, that's hard to believe. Hard to believe.
So yeah, Diamond Water. Check it out. They sponsor us. That was a glowing review. But I'm sure you thought it was glowing.
Is it actually infused with the power of diamonds?
Because yeah, they fucking soak diamonds in that shit. That's what it said on the bottle. Buy Diamond Water.
I feel like that would be the... Oh yeah, you're right. We're looking at benefits, not the other thing, like how they made it. Is that a low-res image of diamonds? That looks low-res.
It is.
Learn more about Diamond Water. How about no? That's fantastic.
So we almost wipe here.
Oh yeah.
We lost Nolan, who, let's face it, he wasn't doing a whole lot. He's only level 4.
Wasn't really pulling his weight here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're kind of carrying him. That's alright, though. Hey, Gully and Calibretto are probably the best baggage handlers in the game. And Ed actually didn't know the term baggage handler. I used it in a chat we were having online, so maybe I'll explain that term. A baggage handler in a video game is a character that you can bring along on your journey to help weaker characters level up. Or if you use it in if you're in a raid group, maybe in an MMO, and some of the players are less skilled, then the guy that's carrying the other players by being really good at the game would be the baggage handler.
Okay. I've heard it in that context. Carry. I want to carry. Or if you're playing Diablo, let me get a power level. Same thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it means.
Oh, we're almost to the end of our captured footage here. So we'll actually be picking up the controller and playing the game in just a few minutes.
It's going to be thrilling.
But go out there and buy some Diamond Water. We're going to take a real quick break, I guess. Actually, we won't take a break.
Yeah, we'll just finish this one up.
Just finish it up. I love Ross, man. Good stories. Good stories.
There's always something there. Sometimes I have incidents there too, but we don't have enough time to tell any of those stories.
That's where I get 100% of my Christmas presents from, is Ross.
Bye.